say this just outright. Penta are a more formidable team than Sisu. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yes, I have to say. Yeah.
Sisu didn't get a single win through a whole season, man. And, yeah, well, Penta managed to get 3 wins, 2 draws. Not terrible. Well, okay, no, it is terrible. Not amazing, but it's passable, you know? They got 11 points. They were 2 points away from not even being in relegations. Penta has a fighting chance here. I don't think we're going to see what we just saw again. If we do, it would be a really, really sad day for the lower bracket of European Pro League. But I guess we'll find out. If it is another stomp like what we just saw, then you know what that means?
What?
It means European Pro League is just going to get, like, straight upgrade.
How is it going to...
It gets even more intense. It gets even more intense.
Imagine that last season, we were about to be wheeled out of the studio to the hospital on the count of heart attacks because of how close EU Pro League was getting.
Yeah, no G2, no Empire at the season finals.
Imagine that with ForZe and BDS entering the fray, it can get better.
Even more intense and closer.
How? How is this even possible? Thank you, Europe, for always proving me right. I don't know what to say. I'm just proud.
I don't know how I feel about that argument, but what I will say is that if this, again, that first match, I should say, BDS taking over for Sisu, as much as I'll miss Sisu, it is weird to see them not there. I do think that, okay, there we go. That's one step up. I think BDS are going to be giving us some pretty intense competition in Pro League over the next season, considering how one-sided that match was.
Yeah.
It could also be just the case that Sisu weren't playing at their height, the way that they were playing a lot of rush strategy, so maybe that's the case. Either way, BDS welcome. Now, here and now, ForZe versus Penta. A lot is going to be determined in the early rounds, because we do know Penta is a momentum-based team. We say that sometimes to try and describe teams that can be emotional.
Yeah.
So if Penta starts struggling early on, I can foresee ForZe just
running away.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Thank you. But no, I mean, we're not there yet. So let's just wait and see. Now, it's going to be a very extensive roam here from Penta. We'll be starting up Army, of course. Shockwave going for the very common pre-fire there on the long angle into Office. Shockwave. I'm not on Empire anymore. You know what? I'm going to Pro League my own way.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. And if you guys remember when, right before Milan, well, like a month before Milan, when Dan was picked up, well, Dan came from this very team here, ForZe.
Yeah.
Janix, actually, or Janix.
Janix.
Yeah, this is going to get one kill.
It's confusing because we have so many J's that are Yan, but then Janix is Janix.
The exception to the rule.
Yeah.
And there's the grenade, and it catches him. Enemy gets flung across the room, and Shockwave collects another. Janix is done.
There you go. So, good start for Penta when they managed to get that first kill from Janix, but, you need to get it, Blaz, and there it is. He commits, and he is successful. No cutoff on the rotation there from Shockwave, but he might get it yet. As he sprays, and he'll actually down Blaz, though he doesn't know it. Of course, a reminder for those who don't know, no point notifications, so Shockwave just doesn't know that he's downed Blaz, and there will be a pickup from Yvonne.
The site is completely open now. There's only the smoke there, and this should be a telltale here for ForZe. They can pounce and find the smoke on his own, but this will give a lot of time for Penta to ferry Blast and Ravana back onto the site. Now, the bonus for ForZe, if they didn't get anything, is at least to have Blast low on HP, which they probably don't know about right now, and the fact that they've been able to open up the walls. There's nothing stopping them. The Bandit was already eliminated ages ago.
Yep.
It's the beautiful grenade, but the opening is definitely here. Grenade is thrown in the back, and it will not connect, unfortunately, here for ForZe. Kama's watching. Might be Nitro Cells to be played from below, and I believe Ravon is aiming to do exactly that. Yes, he does have the Nitro in hand.
So good positioning from Ravon. But there's a minute for ForZe, so they don't have to rush their plant and fall victim to that C4 if they are smart about it. Here comes the initial plant attempt. C4 not being placed. Oh no! It doesn't seem like there's information on this plant, and ForZe now easily in a post plant. Huge lack of awareness from Penta. Pasha eats some damage there, and Shockwave on half HP, so this is not unwinnable for Penta, though it's not an ideal situation, and easily avoided using those gas canisters and C4s. Shockwave takes down Blaz. Final bullet there to finish off his work. Hungry will rush into Fountain and take down Shockwave, but he's got to find 2 more. Kama on Repel about as safe as it gets, and Pasha on Vent Balcony. Now he's on low HP, so this could be an easy kill, but he's playing it really safe. A run out there from the Valkyrie of Ravon, not going to be able to get the initial kill, and there's the finish off for Kama and Pasha. ForZe take round number 1.
A nice try from Penta Sports to bring this one back. Unfortunately, because ForZe didn't know that or Shockwave specifically, didn't know that he had downed the Legion, it caused them more problems later on in the round as the Valkyrie very intelligently dropped the hatch and went down to support her teammate. But I'm back up even to 20 HP, but with no information, the Nitro Cell advantage could not be used. The plant was set, and it was more than enough time for all of the attackers to fall back. And this is the beauty of it. When you have 3 attackers, you can watch the 3 avenues that you can get assaulted from. One is just set on the rappel, and you know if somebody's diving in from downstairs because of the impact hole that had previously been set by Bloss's Legion. Second one, in Fountain, to watch the holes that you opened yourself and one of the 2 avenues you can get shot by. And finally, the last one on Ventilation, where you are safe from anybody hitting you from those windows, and you're the last line of defense should it come to that. Every time a defender tried to pass by and get to the diffuser, as you saw with the smoke, he got shot, chipped off here and there. And because nobody could support him, there wasn't much that he can do. That was the round.
Now, really, it all comes down to the fact that Penta did not deny the plant when they had the tools to do so. And that's rough. I gotta be honest. A lack of awareness, a crippling lack of awareness from Penta. They're gonna have to, of course, do better on that one moving forward. Now, it's only 1 round, but again, the momentum matters here. Motions are important. Penta are going to be holding on to CCTV on their second attempt at an armory defense. It's going to be Janix setting himself up there solo, actually, on the CC roam. It was dangerous. Usually you'll have a duo roam in CC, if any. And you take risks when it's just one of you. It's a nice Claymore there from Shockwave, so that's going to catch a defender off guard, as this is an unlikely place to put one. And they're not going to be taking control of East Stairs. That is evident by the fact that they put that Claymore there. They're instead just going to wait for, or try to bait out a run out. Ooh, bad coordination there from Kama and Pasha. Unlike the last round, they just shot one of each other's drones. It was Kama shooting Pasha's. Unlucky, but it happens.
Well, now, Penta at least have to be happy with that drone taken off, even though they can't see it. It's a hidden bonus.
It's something.
It's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
So, even though we're in Halloween, that aside, it's a Halloween egg.
It's a thing.
It's somewhere.
We're making it a thing.
We're making it a thing. There you go. We're making history here. WTG, what he's looking for is destroying those bandit batteries from below. It's a very common strategy, very easy to pull off. You don't even need to put yourself in harm's way, as you see there. And that's a very odd reinforcement, the way that it's placed, because it doesn't actually cover the hallway. So I'm surprised that this is how Penta went, or what they went for when it comes to putting it down, but the batteries have not been taken off just yet. You can just bounce a frag grenade around the corner, flashbangs to make sure that it is all clear, and that should be the end of the line for the bandit batteries. There you go, and the Habana will proceed to break the wall.
Janix, though, going to be punishing ForZe for trying to open up that wall. He will eliminate the Sophia downstairs. Kama will refrag onto enemy. A little bit late there, but it's in. That kill, very important near the main wall. Now there's a little bit of stalemate here. A little bit of hold off. Rask is a big player here because he's going to be cutting off the rotation from the sandwich rappel. You can see that he's put one of his air jabs down, so anyone who even tries to peek that angle is going to lose outright to the air jab. Not much they can really do about that other than maybe impacting or C4ing it. Blaz will get Shockwave, though, downstairs. And I believe that was actually, yeah, he's playing downstairs. He's got a C4 as well on the Mozzie, but he'll be eliminated by Rask on Rappel. It's a really good refrag from Rask. He's doing 2 jobs from that position. Pasha's looking to grenade the player at half wall. Not an easy job to do. Kama going in for the push, and he'll actually pick off Hungry. There's no one watching. A double for Kama, make it a triple overall. And now it's just Ravon. He does have a C4 for the denial, but he's got to time it perfectly. There it comes. There's the detonation. We didn't see it because of spectator bug, but nice shot from Ravon. Air jab puts him on the floor, though. He can't do any more. And ForZe, 2 in a row.
Wonderful air jab there, set down by the Nomad. And unfortunately, because you couldn't catch Kama as he rotated closer to the half wall to go for the second plant here. You can't do much. The Nitro Cell went out to hit default plant, but the Habana was not in that spot. It was a bit further back, so it didn't connect. No damage was done to Kama, and he was able to scurry away and go for the plant on his own. A 2-0 here for ForZe. Penta tried to recover every round. They find a pick here and there, but it's not concrete enough for them to solidify around victory, at least in the first two here. So where will they go? They'll go defense and workshop. No more armory, at least for now. They have to hold on from the top floor, so very similar to what they were doing here, but instead of requiring to stay on the top floor, they can just peel off bit by bit. They're bringing the smoke here, Hungry. Again, one of the most effective smokes in EU ever since he entered competitive play a couple years ago.
Yep. Hungary is well known as a titan on the smoke. And again, similar to Sisu, it would be weird not to see him in Pro League if that should come to pass.
Now, what we think is even, I don't know if you agree with me.
What's this?
On this, but even if we have both Sisu and Penta relegated today, I think there's some players that might find spots on other teams in PL. Maybe they would fit a role that a Pro League team requires. There's some that have massive pedigrees behind them as well, and a ton of great performances throughout this season.
I mean, if the teams don't decide to try and grind through Challenger League, then yeah, I could see players going and saying, you know what, I'm gonna go look for a different squad.
Yep, it's possible, and it might be necessary for the ones that want to stay in PL.
I mean, we're already seeing hints of that. Like, if you're diligently watching Twitter.
Yeah, right now you'll be seeing some hints.
I'm not going to give you any hints. You can go check out Twitter for yourself. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying.
There you go. So, get him.
Very interesting stuff to watch unfold as this relegation day ends.
So, WTG on the reverse repel. EMP grenade has been thrown in to deny Janix's bandit batteries. This will allow the Habana of Kama to slowly open up the entry into the archives room. So, right now, the task for ForZe is clamp down on Armory and kill at least 2 players in this assault, and don't allow the entirety of the squad to just rotate back down to the basement.
It's interesting that we see ForZe commit to the office take 3 rounds in a row. Now, no, not 3. 2 total, not in a row. But it's interesting how frequently they're doing the office take is the point I'm trying to get at. It's a less frequent attack strategy in general. One position known to the attackers, it's Hungary's inside of small office there. And Blast is actually, meanwhile, going to be the first one to die. It looks like by 90, possibly at the bottom of metal stairs. And wherever it was, good pick off there from Shock. Grenade comes in from Pasha. Can't land that one, unfortunately. It's his second time missing that grenade. An odd angle for him, I'm sure. Possibly because of the shield. Maybe he's not used to that being there when he's going for that name. Because you can see he's practiced it before. Ras going in for the push, and he's going to lose the fight to Enemy. Well played there. Enemy landing the headshot. Shockwave the follow-up, and he'll lose it as well. Enemy with the big plays. Playing at half wall. WTG going to finally do some damage to Enemy, but not enough to get the kill or the down. WTG could see the head of the smoke there, but he can't land the shot. It's a really difficult angle to actually win an engagement on as an attacker challenging that.
You know he's there, and he spots the side, but no, you have to hit the head or the body, and Enemy peeks out at the right moment, actually. He finds 1 kill on Kama. Hungry is the one to use all this commotion to his advantage, and Hungry gets another. Just ForZe getting so frustrated to push people outside of this, I want to call it the bunker now, not just the armory, because they were holding town, and it just looks like a strong fortress. One player fell back down to workshop to support from there. They lost Blast when he was coming up the metal staircase, but otherwise Penta just kind of held on, and ForZe just ran into half wall.
Yeah, and that's thanks to Enemy's efforts that we saw Penta manage to take that round mostly. We've seen people play half wall before from Penta, but not as assertive as what we just saw from Enemy. He was confident in taking those engagements. He won them heads up 3 in a row. That's just impressive. Even at one point, he was being challenged by 2 people at the same time. He managed to win a fight against one before dying to the other. Impressive job for Enemy, truly. Good cover from Hungary as well. Gotta give him credit. And now, PENTA fight back. They managed to put a round on the board. It was in ventilation, though. They're going to have to actually win on armory in order to win the map overall. If they only win ventilation, that means they're going to end this half 2-4, which is not great.
So a start here for PENTA to fight back, and the signature play from PENTA Sports. What is it? It's a clash, and we will be seeing. I was very, thrown asunder in the very first round, and even the second one in Armory, to not see the clash being put in play by PENTA Sports, but here she is.
Clash has been a staple in the relegation matches so far. I've heard from people that she's becoming more popular. It's just a delay factor, mostly. It not only forces certain picks out from the attack, but if you don't bring those picks, then she delays even more effectively. And here and now, ForZe have only decided to bring 2 things. They've got the nades, which are good, and the air jabs, which are better, but they didn't bring the Zofia lifeline. And I gotta say, the Guzmats and the Zofia are the best tool to deal with the clash. You put her shield to the side, you shoot her feet. It's really easy.
So there's Ras getting the first one on Janix. So that's at least the Jaeger taken off of play. And really, when it comes to a clash, once she's left on her own or kind of isolated with nobody in support, that's when she becomes kind of useless. And it's very easy to deal with the operator in that way. The EMP is going to be thrown in here to allow the Habana to maybe open up a deeper hole into Fountain, but Rask will be setting up an air jab regardless here in case one of the defenders would like to go for a cheeky flank later in the round. He's actually going to get a bit more pokey here on the side of the armory wall. And as you said, I mean, this is an oddity for a lot of teams because ForZe is going more consistently for a take from the archive side of the map, but I like it. A lot of teams just kind of force themselves to go into the main armory wall.
It's working. It's working for them pretty well. They have managed to get the lead-off pick here as well, and that's a really good start. They haven't detonated this wall because of the mute jammer, but the nade just now is going to destroy the mute jammer, which is going to allow for the wall to be opened up. So good job there. They didn't even need to rotate their Thatcher. I didn't hear the Excaros detonate.
Did they? Did the nade hit?
Did something deny the Excaros is the question. Kama's going to get taken out there on engagement at the top of the main staircase. Ravon will get the refac right after onto Ravon. Well, actually, Shockwave kills Ravon. So good job there to Shockwave. But yeah, I'm not sure. I can't tell if the wall's open or not.
No, it's not. The Excaros just kind of sat there. And the mute jammer got destroyed, but it was too late.
Did they?
Because Kama went for the gunfight and he got killed.
I swear I heard him detonate the Excaros before he made that push, but maybe not. Whatever the case be, ForZe no entryway into the site other than the door itself, so they're going to have to challenge directly, but they are able to do this because Pasha is doing a great job of distracting the last defenders. Air jab downs the Clash, but Shockwave with the TK before getting the last kill there onto Blaz. Shockwave, some big plays. So kill hungry, he manages to kill his teammates.
That's technically a 3K, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, he managed to get 1 earlier, so 4.
4? There you go.
Total. Good job for him.
So here we are. ForZe recover the round off of. This is what we were talking about. One mistake can really prove detrimental for you.
Yeah. Had
that wall just stayed closed because of Kama's exuberance, over eagerness for a fight. I mean, he was just shot by the Legion that was playing at the top of the metal stairs. That's okay.
Yeah.
But he was caught off guard in that location, and he was just waiting for the grenade to destroy the mute jammer. And literally 1 second later, we see the drone from the sledge passing through and showing us that, hey, actually, it's done. And we don't know. Maybe this was a bug kind of thing. We didn't hear anything in chat. We don't hear anything from admins. So we want to say that it's not. It was just an honest mistake. We forgot to click the button. But recovery. That was the name of the game for us. They're getting close.
They did a good job. whatever the case be with the Xeros, they did a good job of recovering. They're going to be bringing the Hibana once again. No Thermite. You know, it's funny because Thermite actually commonly gets banned on Border. He's like top 5 banned attackers on this map. So to see him not played by ForZe, they clearly have a preference. They're sticking to it. Enemy's going to be bringing the Bandit. No more Mute, so it's going to be an attempt at denying through the electricity. The question is, will ForZe attack Ventilation and Office, or are they going to go for Armory CCTV? They could do both. They've proven that already. They haven't actually lost an attack onto Armory yet. It's been a pretty one-sided affair so far. Not done yet. But they have shown they have some bite. That one Ventilation defense they managed to win. Mostly thanks to Enemy and Hungry. The Clash being brought here from Ravon yet again. He's going to be using it by the Fountain. Wall over on Triple is already opened up. That was pretty quick there for ForZe. Pasha's efforts, I'm sure, on that sledge, as it is a soft wall. Surprising that Penta aren't reinforcing Triple Wall in Office, considering how frequently ForZe are attacking into Office. There's only a Hibana being brought. If you reinforce Triple, attacking Office is really hard with only Hibana as a hard destructor.
So here's the grenade out, and that should be enough to destroy those Bandit batteries. Another grenade being cooked, but to hit the player actually playing in that position, Enemy will force back just a bit as he takes 25 damage. Shockwave peeking around, and he's got some info on one player in Fountain, and there's support for Blast using Ravon.
I really like that instead of trying to open up the Archives wall, because there's the Bandit batteries there, instead of just dealing with that, they're going to open up the Fountain wall, because they know they could punish 2 players who are playing Fountain right now, and they can get kills like that one. Shockwave on a long angle into Archives, thanks to the Xeros that holes, will manage to get the first kill onto Enemy. Impact frags there.
Enemy got shot in the back as well from the Legion of Blast. So that definitely does not help. Now to confirm the position, WTG will go for the jump here, the slide, and Shockwave is prepping another Gizmot, and it will go off, though nothing to be done to the Clash. She's a brick wall, but Blast makes the mistakes and moves around, and it's WTG to get the kill. Rask will find another one as now Ravon is low on HP and is on his own. Hungry. He'll be able to take down Kama. There's the team kill from Shockwave to make sure that this round actually goes their way. They drop the Clash on the floor, and WTG will go for the finisher to spot the side of the arm. Hungry's last. He's flashed. Rask is peeking around every corner. He fires in through the wall. And finally, Hungry's found. That's the round for ForZe.
Great job there to ForZe. Once again, they pick apart Penta. That was really interesting. I love how quickly ForZe adapt. A couple things there I really want to note. One is that we saw the Hibana opening up the Fountain walls. Now that punished the position of the Clash and the player who was actually stuck in Fountain itself. So lots of work done thanks to that Fountain wall getting opened up. Really good awareness, good call from whoever decided to make that, probably Kama. After the Bandit was killed, they also managed to open up the Archives wall with the last set of Xeros. That's one thing Hibana could do. She can open up 3, whereas Thermite can only open up 2. And she can do it at a distance, which they were leveraging very hard. ForZe, following opening up all those holes, they really just set up on the angles, managed to pick apart Penta by winning gunfights that Penta weren't ready to challenge. There were not a lot of ACOGs on the side of Penta. These long-range fights went all the way of ForZe, and then at the end, ForZe swoop in, collect the final kills, and round over. Penta need to actually put some kind of stop in play. I mean, I say they need to. They should have. This is the last round of the first half, and we're going to Ventilation, which is the only site that Penta managed to win. And again, I said if that was going to be the case, it would end 4-2. Well, we'll see if Penta can win Ventilation again. But I wouldn't say that's a sure thing. Now, anyway, to finish my point, I would have said that Penta need to start making changes to how they defend Armory in one particular fashion. They need to actually counter what they're seeing from their enemy. It's an Office take a lot. Okay, we'll reinforce Triple Wall, hold Office.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that. I mean, it was 4 defenses of Armory, all unsuccessful. One of them was an Armory wall take. The rest, straight up Ventilation. Or sorry, straight up Ventilation Office to make it clear. And ForZe are, again, they're committed to office. It's not even an armory defense. They want to clear in through there because they feel more confident in their take.
So now, how do Penta recover from this one? And historically speaking, Penta's attacks have not been as effective as their defense. So, something to keep in mind. Maybe this is the time to change through with this, but at a 4-1, ForZe are looking pretty. And remind you, this is map number 1. We still have potentially 2 more to go for. Possibilities definitely up in the air. It's not been decided. If you're a Penta fan watching this game right now, Pasha will open up the entryway into Archive, and WTG is going to be watching through the X-Kairos holes that they just opened up. And just like before, Rask and the rest of ForZe had a tough time to try and enter into Armory and deal with the players, 3 at that point, playing up top, having that shield, both the smoke and the Jaeger of enemy. Now in this case, oh, there we go. There's still one more player holding in from the metal stairs, and the X-Kairos will be expended and destroyed. So this forces Shockwave to use his own Gizmot to impact the castle barricade and take it away. I like the play with the castle barricades. It gives you more space to maneuver around, but also forces the attackers to go through a lot more of their utility. Just waste as much as humanly possible. Keep in mind, if you're the defense here, you're playing an armory, you can still fall back and drop down the hatch into servers. It's not over. You can continue the fight even when you're in exile, so to speak. Pasha continuing to drone in to give information for his teammates as they burn away the ADSs, allowing for grenades, but no, it's WTG to take down Hungry. An enemy taken away as he has so many angles to watch for. Janix as well off the board as Kama peeks through the hatch in Archives. And now Penta have lost their footing. Blast and Ravon, last 2 alive with 25 seconds.
I mean, ForZe didn't just take top control and get 3 picks off of it. They took top control and then turned it into 2 picks on the anchors. Now it's per flop.
Okay.
All right.
5-1.
All this round. I don't have much else to say. As soon as ForZe had top control, round was over. You know, usually we will see on this defense an attacking team actually take top control. They'll get Armory, they'll get off Archives, and then there'll be a pause, like a 30 to 1 minute long pause before the attackers start hitting the site and the anchors start getting punished. But that wasn't the case in this last round. ForZe just peaked everything, and those just won the fights. I guess Penta weren't expecting it. They weren't prepared for it. I don't really know what else to say. Like, I'm not shocked by the fact that Penta were punished in terms of the top floor hold. Like, that's not crazy. We see that a lot. The roamers upstairs didn't get away. They couldn't delay for long enough. They didn't get a single kill off of it. Fine, okay, that happens. But the thing that really is, taking me back here a little bit is the fact that ForZe then turned that immediately into site pressure, into 2 picks onto the anchors, into flawless round before we could even finish a sentence. That was a dominant round if I've ever seen one.
It really is.
So now moving on. 5-1 first half. Now Penta have to just be hoping that ForZe are really good at attack, and maybe they're bad at defense. You know, that's or I don't know. This is looking pretty one-sided right now. This is looking a lot like our first match of the game. Not quite the same, but that's what it appears to be.
Well, pray for anything you believe in.
I mean, yeah, do that for sure.
Hopeful
in any contest.
For Penta fan, yes. You know, skulls for the skull thrones, as they say. So.
For the WOG.
Yes, for the WOG. But that's Rask waiting in. He's waiting to just munch on Penta as they enter.
Yeah. That might be deceptive, but that's a bullet hole. Those are bullet holes right there.
Yeah.
So like that's not obvious to when you're peeking it. It's a really, really hard to see hole from the look at the other side.
The angle.
Yeah, it's the angle. You got to look at it from the other side because it's harder to spot on the side that's not broken. But don't worry about it. Just take my word for it. The attack for Penta right now looks like it's gonna be an armory take. They're clearing out CCTV. Yeah, see, you can barely see it.
Yep.
You can barely. You can't challenge that as an attacker. And you can see that Blaz is doing it from Repel because that way he can position his head somewhere where it won't be obvious to Rask. And the wall will get finally opened up, so it's not a bullet hole any longer.
If you shoot enough bullets in it. Well,
Yeah,
Pasha checking his cameras. Pretty sweet one here. A bit more difficult to hit and destroy unless you put yourself in a more favorable position. And Shockwave's been spotted. I'm not sure if he just ran out against Hungry. This is not the time to get over-aggressive and over-eager. ForZe you want to finish this ASAP, but they have so much flexibility when it comes to rounds that they can dump away until they're in the red. And Janix is going to be moving in here in the break room. Enemy throwing his stun grenades to burn off ADSs in the small desk. This will allow Blast to set up his own grenade, and it will go in, bounce around the side. It'll force WTG back, barely graze him here. And he's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's going to hear the diffuser coming down, fire a warning shot, and fall back.
He can deny through the wall with his smokes, so he doesn't actually need to peek that. It's curious that he's even trying to peek that. He'll die to the nade from Blaz, and Ravon on the entry will actually take down Rask. As the player by the half wall. There's the peek, though, to deny that plant. Enemy down, and there's another for Pasha as he picks up two, a third on the floor, and a triple for Pasha. Enemy downed, and he'll be the fourth for him. It's going to be an ace the way this is looking. Hungry's on low HP. Pasha just needs to land a single bullet. There's only 25 seconds, so Pasha knows exactly where Hungry is going to go in this situation. Pasha set up perfectly to lock this out. He's going to wait it out patiently. The pre-fire and the ace! A 1 versus 5! When do you even see that?
When Intero's not casting, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Pasha with the ace retake against Penta Sports. Diffuser halted, and he fires away, and just perfect positioning. Nobody from Penta able to... He literally took 0 damage in all of that.
That round was over.
Man, he is made of pure bone that has only been fed calcium for the past 20 years of its existence.
I don't understand.
0 freaking damage.
0. What?
I
don't usually like to even say stuff like that, but like I am really astounded by the level of
mistakes.
The amount, the quality and the quantity of the mistakes made there by Penta.
6-1 of the scoreline, and ForZe, they might be the 2nd seed coming into this, and Penta being 7th in Pro League. My God, the Russians are kicking some booty here. And a reminder for Penta fans out there that Penta will be playing in the French national finals this weekend, the Paris Games Week. They have Giants, Vitality against them. They also have one team that I don't remember the name of because I haven't seen them in even CL.
Penta does technically have 2 French players.
And they also play with a 3rd French player.
Well, they have Crunch as a substitute. But I don't know.
He plays in the French league with them, specifically for this.
Crunch has got to be... yeah, because you have to have a 3rd to even play in the French league, right? So yeah.
Crunch he's a very young player, but
True.
He's French. He's had a lot of experience playing in French lands as an underage player, and it gave him the confidence to play in.
Is he underage?
No, he's I think he's almost there.
He's no, he's 18.
He's 18 now, but he played for the past couple of years.
This man was born 2001.
Holy crap.
I was born in 97. Now I feel old.
I was born December 21st, 1993, and here we are.
Well, anyway, moving on to this match. Blaz up close here on the shield. This is dangerous because his position has to be known. That the footprints or the steps you make on that metal staircase, so loud. You would be able to hear it if I wasn't rambling.
It's just Penta have to walk up this.
Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, because the thing is
0 top floor control.
That's the thing. They need to take top floor control in order to hit the site.
They're trying to rush this with only trying to delay this play now. And finally, the shield is taken off, but more goo mines will be thrown in. All the holes have been pre-prepped by ForZe for specifically this sort of scenario. And that's exactly the one that they get. So all the cards are really falling into spot. It's just like, it is crazy. Penta's affording ForZe so much space. Over half of the round has already gone down, and there's zero pressure being put on the top floor by Penta. There's no time to clear the top floor anymore, and not with Blast eliminated. Pasha, beautiful play for the T5.
Putting down those traps, but he transfers perfectly to just getting the kills. Janix will manage to take down Rask, so good there, or good kill there to Janix, but he's going to have to do more work than just that. There is one player known to be in workshop downstairs that's in the site for ForZe. That's been spotted out. Pasha trying to get more top floor control, and there you go. Hungary goes down in the site. Pasha doing great work, but Kama from behind! And Pasha adds to it, it's done! Good halves come out in the chat. We'll be moving to map number 2. It doesn't even feel like we finished map number 1. It's over! How does it... A 7-1?
It literally took us 35 minutes to finish this game. Not only just this map, but go through the pre-match talk, everything.
I don't even feel like we're done, man. This feels wrong. Like it just went too fast. Guys, these matches today are to decide where your careers go. Like long-term, like really long. Pro League seasons are 6 months. This is deciding where you are for the next 6 months. Why is that a 7-1? We're only one map into this, but I am upset right now.
You're there, Michael.
Okay, well at least it was ForZe's map pick. You know, maybe we'll get a battle in the second one.
Honestly, how much is the devil paying you today?
What? Oh, Devil's Advocate. Yeah. No, I mean, no, listen, because here's the thing. I just, I want to see, because you come into your relegation matches, and what you think to yourself is, this is going to be some intense stuff because of how high the stakes are. But we're not getting that.